A song can dominate the radio or fill stadiums, but only a few become so enormous that the existing numbers are no longer enough. Some stayed at number 1 longer than any song before them. Others crossed streaming milestones at impossible speed. One became so popular that YouTube had to upgrade the system counting its views. From a hit that needed 59 weeks to reach number 1 to the best-selling single ever recorded, these are 10 songs that broke music records. Number 10. Heatwaves, Glass Animals. Most chart toppers arrive with explosive momentum. Heatwaves became historic by taking the longest route possible. It entered the Billboard Hot 100 at number 100 in January 2021, immediately disappeared, then returned and slowly climbed as streaming, radio, and social media exposure grew. It reached the top 10 in its 42nd chart week and the top 5 in its 51st. In March 2022, it finally reached number 1 during week 59, the slowest climb to the top in Hot 100 history. The previous record was 35 weeks, set by Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You. Glass Animals extended it by 24 weeks, proving a song could become a record-breaking number 1 without starting as an instant hit. Number 9. Die with a Smile, Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars. Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars released Die with a Smile on August 16, 2024. Only 96 days later, it crossed 1 billion Spotify streams. Guinness lists it as the fastest track to reach that milestone. It beat Jungkook and Latto's 7, which took 108 days. Rosé and Bruno Mars later reached 1 billion with Apt in 100 days, still 4 days slower. That pace equals more than 10 million Spotify plays per day for 96 days, before counting YouTube, Apple Music, radio, or downloads. In less than 14 weeks, one duet became one of the fastest consumed recordings in music history. Number 8. Dance Monkey, Tones and I. Dance Monkey set a different kind of record. It was not just played everywhere, it was the song people most urgently wanted to identify. Shazam's official all-time list places it at number 1 with 36.6 million identifications. Each search represents the same basic moment. Someone heard the song, did not know its name, and held up a phone to find out. Before becoming famous, Tones and I worked as a busker in Australia. The song was inspired by street audiences pressuring performers to keep entertaining them. Released in 2019, it topped charts in more than 30 countries and spent 24 non-consecutive weeks at number 1 in Australia. A song about strangers demanding another performance became Shazam's most identified recording. Number 7. All I Want for Christmas Is You, Mariah Carey. This record took more than 3 decades to build. Mariah Carey released the song in 1994, but it was initially ineligible for the Billboard Hot 100 because it was not issued as a standard US commercial single. It first charted in 2000 and did not reach number 1 until December 2019. Then it returned every Christmas. On December 20, 2025, it logged a 20th non-consecutive week at the top, passing the 19-week total shared by Old Town Road and A Bar Song. 2 more weeks followed. By January 3, 2026, All I Want for Christmas Is You had accumulated 22 weeks at number 1, the longest total reign in Hot 100 history. Number 6. Gangnam Style, PSY. In 2012, 1 billion online views still seemed almost impossible. Then Psy arrived. Gangnam Style was uploaded on July 15. Only 159 days later, it became the first video of any kind to reach 1 billion YouTube views. It passed Justin Bieber's Baby and turned a Korean language track into a global phenomenon. Its strangest record came in December 2014. YouTube's old counter used a 32-bit signed integer, which stops at 2,147,483,647. Gangnam Style reached that number, becoming the first video too large for the system. YouTube upgraded to a 64-bit counter. Plenty of songs broke chart records. Gangnam Style broke the number used to count its audience. Number 5. Despacito, Luis Fonsi featuring Daddy Yankee. 5 years after Gangnam Style opened YouTube's billion-view club, Despacito pushed the numbers even higher. Released in January 2017, the original Spanish-language video became the first to reach 3 billion views, then 4 billion, and on April 4, 2018, 5 billion. At that moment, it was YouTube's most viewed video of any kind. Guinness presented Luis Fonsi with 7 record titles connected to the song, including most viewed music video online and first video to 5 billion views. The Justin Bieber remix helped it dominate English-language markets, but the record-breaking video remained the original version with Daddy Yankee. Despacito was eventually overtaken, but it defined its era of YouTube music. Number 4, Baby Shark Dance, Pinkfong. The song that passed Despacito was not another superstar collaboration. It was a 2-minute children's sing-along. Pinkfong uploaded Baby Shark Dance in 2016. In November 2020, it overtook Despacito as YouTube's most viewed video. In January 2022, it became the first to reach 10 billion views. The total kept climbing. Guinness measured 16,643,177,027 views on February 4, 2026, more than twice Earth's human population. Even 10 billion plays back-to-back would last over 41,000 years. Its simplicity, repetition, and short length made it easy for children to replay and for families to understand without translation. The biggest video in YouTube history did not need a global pop star. It needed a shark and an unforgettable rhythm. Number 3, Blinding Lights, The Weeknd. If YouTube belongs to Baby Shark, Spotify belongs to Blinding Lights. Released in November 2019, its blend of modern pop and 1980s sound gave it an unusually long life. It became a hit before the pandemic, dominated 2020, and kept collecting billions of plays long after leaving the charts. On August 31, 2025, it became the first Spotify song to reach 5 billion streams. Spotify's April 2026 data still ranked it as the platform's most streamed track, ahead of Shape of You, and listed more than 5.28 billion plays 2 months earlier. It also became the first song to spend a full year inside the Billboard Hot 100 Top 10. This was not one viral moment, it was years of sustained listening. Number 2, Candle in the Wind 1997, Elton John. Some records come from celebration. This one came from collective grief. After Diana, Princess of Wales died in August 1997, Elton John and Bernie Taupin rewrote their 1973 song as a tribute. John performed the new version at Diana's funeral and released it as a double A-side with Something About the Way You Look Tonight. The single sold an estimated 33 million physical copies worldwide. Guinness recognizes it as the best-selling physical single since the British and American charts began in the 1950s. It was also the first U.S. single to receive diamond certification for 10 million sales. Proceeds and royalties went to Diana's Memorial Fund, making it both the defining charity single of its time and the biggest physical single of the modern chart era. Number 1, White Christmas, Bing Crosby. The number 1 record began before the Billboard Hot 100, music videos, or digital streaming. Bing Crosby recorded Irving Berlin's White Christmas in only 18 minutes on May 29, 1942. It appeared in the film Holiday Inn and spent 11 consecutive weeks at number 1 on an early Billboard sales chart. The song returned every Christmas and kept selling through wartime, vinyl, and the arrival of modern pop. Guinness estimates at least 50 million single sales worldwide, making it the best-selling physical single ever, well ahead of Candle in the Wind 1997 at 33 million. Its early sales predate modern tracking, so the total cannot be audited like a Spotify counter. But more than 80 years later, no verified physical single has surpassed it. The oldest song in this countdown still owns the biggest sales record. These songs reached their records in completely different ways: radio, physical sales, chart longevity, identification apps, YouTube, and Spotify. The measurement changed, but the result was the same. Each song became bigger than the system created to track it. Which of these records will be the hardest to break? Subscribe to Peak Selects for more countdowns.